Jade's a really rare one. She's the only snake I've ever raised that will literally charge at you with her mouth full of food. She has no reservations about it either, and you even are close to her glass when she's eating. She'll come right at you, mouthful of food and all. She'll make every effort she can to strike at you, which is really kind of comical. She has earned a nickname Miss Prissy Pants, though, because of her. She's just very petite, very fussy, very particular. She doesn't like to be held and handled as much as my male Chewy does, but she's got that prissy female attitude about her, definitely. She's a big girl now. She's almost catching up with Chewy, but she definitely got that female attitude. Whole lot different than Chewy, my male. Well, like I said, she can be handled, she can be worked with, but she's just really, really protective of her food, which cracks me up. And to this day, she's almost 7 years old and she still refuses to eat rats. She'll try to bite me every time I offer them to her, so I get extra, extra large mice for her to eat. She eats 3 of those at a time when she eats them. They're really big, actually. But she loves them. And she'll fight you for them, too, I'll tell you. She got me a couple of times because I was putting her water dish in or taking it out while she was eating. She actually just snagged me with teeth, but she didn't make a straight out bite, but she caught me with her teeth. She struck at me with food in her mouth while I was changing her water. Now, each snake is different. Like with her, the only time I can do any cleaning in her tank or change her water is when she's eating. And that reduces the risk of getting bit, but doesn't completely get rid of them, because she has struck at me and caught me with her teeth when I was cleaning when she was eating. But if she's not eating, she's ready to come at you anytime you're near that glass. She just really, I can't say cage defensive because she's not, but she's just very particular girl. Really strange. If she doesn't have food in her mouth, and she hasn't recently eaten, you definitely don't want to open her top without a hook to tap her and cancel her feeding response, because she thinks she's eaten every time that tank top pops. Now, she's been one that I've had to master working with. Learn to read her quirks and her personality issues, because they're kind of flippy sometimes, but she's a good girl. She's a beautiful snake, but she's definitely taken some more of my time than Chewy did, because she's so unpredictable on occasion. He's as predictable as can be. Big difference in the male and the female attitude with coastal carpets, I found. Here, I'm gonna get your rat. I'm gonna get your mouse. See, she'll come right at you if she's got food in her tank. So I'll tear you up. You get near my dinner. Get my neck, get my... She will too. She'll come right at you. Glass and all. So wait till I swallow this woman. I'll be right there after you again. Yeah, there's another one there. There's another one there. Now, she's one you gotta really be on cue with and be very alert with when you're working around her and inside her enclosure, because she's fast as lightning. I've had her pop right up out of the top through the air and come at my tongs and take the food right out of it. So she's a lot more assertive than my male is, definitely. Chewy's just a sweetheart. He loves everybody. He hasn't got a mean bone in his body, but she can definitely be a hag when she wants to be. Here. There's another one over here. Did you miss one? Another one over here. Is that feeding aggression? She's right on you too, boy. Here she comes. Yeah. Oh. I don't want it. You eat it. It's right there. It's right there. Get it. It's right there. It's on the floor. Get your food. I don't want it. Oh, she will definitely tag you in a heartbeat. She's very protective of her food. Here we go. There it is. I found it. She's funny as heck, though. She will, mouthful of food, she'll come right at you and try to bite you. But get it. I'm gonna get it. I'll take your dinner. I'll get your dinner. She's like, you think you will. And she's got a good bite, too. She draws a lot of blood when she bites. She's got me a couple of times as she aged. Became an adult, but yeah, it's no big deal. You get used to it. Not that I want to get used to it, but she's definitely catching up with Chewy in size. She's a good girl. In spite of the fact that she's strike crazy sometimes, I still love her to death. They're so different. Each one of them has their own personality, their own quirks, their own flaws in their personalities, temperament issues. They're so different. They're just like people are. Every one of them is so different than each other. No wonder Chewy hides from you, because you got such an attitude when I try to put you together to breed. He does. He runs and hides from her. Tries to curl up in the corner and get out of range of her. And she just wants to love him. She's all over him. She rubs all over him. Tries to do everything she can to mate with him. And he runs and hides from her. I can kind of see why he might with her attitude a little bit. She's a very controlling snake. She's not laid back and just mellow like Chewy is. She's very controlling and assertive. He's just very passive. They're as different as night and day, actually. She's huge. You can't see because it's dark in here. Let me see. I might move this. And she's a big girl. She fills this up really well. Huh. So I'm a big girl. Give you your light back so you won't come charging at me after you finish that one. But she eats 3 extra large mice each week. She's happy with that. She's a pretty girl, though. Too bad she's a wench, because she's awful pretty. Like I said, they're just some snakes you got to pay closer attention to when you're working around them than others. And she's definitely one of the ones that gets my full attention. Now, she's big enough now to do some damage when she hits, and she has. Not serious damage, but you sure know you got nailed when she gets you. That doesn't change the way you feel about them. It doesn't alter the fact that you love them and respect them for what they are. Just doing what nature taught them to do. That's as simple and as basic as it can be. People go, why would you want to keep an animal that can bite you like that every time you turn around? I said, why would you want to keep a dog that can do the same thing? It doesn't make any sense, you know. If it works for one, it can work for the other. Any animal can be unpredictable. Are you going to dance for me while you're eating? Yeah. She's very prissy. That's why we all call her Miss Prissy Pants. I love coastal carpet pythons. They get really large. Is that good dinner?